Diaz.
Listen, it's not a big deal, okay?
Doo-doo ass Diaz.
Jesus. Why I gotta get mad for?
Guys, I'm talking about my bubble wrap.
How about my bubble bussy? Anyways, hey guys, how y'all doing? We're talking about Ganja sex life.
Don't even talk to them.
What did I do?
Don't even talk to people. You know what, people? We're here right now. DS is fucking up.
I ain't do nothing.
Changed his headphones because he didn't want to give anyone a countdown or nothing because he wanted to rush and finish this and shit. You know what? Throw stuff at him when you see him.
Don't throw. I done fucked up and everything. Go ahead.
Hey, Nick, are we on YouTube yet?
Yeah.
It hasn't popped up yet.
I don't see us on Twitch.
Yeah, no, that's what
I don't see nothing. Oh, there we go.
You motherfuckers are messing with me.
Never mind.
Yeah.
No.
No, nothing.
I'm on YouTube right now. I'm looking at
No,
it, bitch.
for real.
Oh, you guys, yeah. By the way, no more talking
There
on
we are.
phones. No more
There
talking on
we go.
phones. No more texting while we're doing the show because I know you guys are thinking of shit to fuck with me while we're doing this, okay? I'm not falling for it. Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid.
Hey, maybe the signal's just a bitch because you're still not on YouTube on my end.
Maybe your signal's fucked up.
Okay, I'll give you that. But fuck you.
I can't see your screen like how I'm used to looking at.
Oh, that's what's wrong. Okay.
This is new. We're on an iPad now.
I know.
It's like we're watching.
There we go.
Like you're watching internet porn.
I'm staring at your face, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the show? I want to see if everything's running smoothly, and I just see your fucking doo-doo face.
I'm sorry about my doo-doo face. And that's not my doo-doo face. That's a really great fucking portrait that, what's-his-face did for me. Yodi. Yeah. Yeah, I remember his name. I remember the people that support us. God damn it. Maybe.
I remember people who got me here.
I know the people that paid to help out. And here's the thing, though. And I didn't, by the way. I'm going to put that out. Ganja finance fucking everything. Because I'm a very, very poor Mr. Diaz. Ruth is saying, trying to bring back the midnight part of the chat tag. No, we are not. We weren't even that late. Look at this. It's almost like 8 o'clock CST. What's wrong with that?
7:30 CST. That's actually the time we're supposed to start.
Oh, that has not been the case for a long ass time. You know
we're close to it, bitch.
You know.
We're close.
Again. Never.
We're on an iPad.
Man, why is everyone fucking with me? Ruthless is saying, can anyone here see them? Ruthless, don't you do that, goddammit. You better stop. JP is saying he's back from Mexico. My sort of friends. I thought we were like your best friends. You were saying like we're the closest thing you had to friends. Like, damn, you're gonna insult me? Jesus.
He's got
JP.
new friends now, Pablo and Escobar.
Those are two different people too. There's so many last names that are used as first names back. Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'll let you get in trouble first. But he's like,
Yeah,
Nick is my friend.
Hit Diaz first.
No, she can't hit me. Actually, Rox does hit a lot. I was gonna talk shit and say she ain't gonna do shit, but no, like in person, she really is extremely physically abusive. And
No, I'm not.
I would call the police, but you know we can't. That's all of us are gonna be in trouble.
You deserve it.
JP is saying I'm his only friend. Oh, Ganja's your friend too. Never mind. Fuck you. Ruthless saying he gets horrible reception on his spaceship. The Andromeda galaxy gets spotty in parts. Why would you say Andromeda? Everyone knows that Andromeda is like kind of synonymous with Mass Effect, the newest game, and that one's garbage apparently. So yeah, very, very bad on you, Ruthless. But anyways, Ganja, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, man. Just a little tired, a little sleepy, a little relaxed, a little bit. You know, just trying to be there, trying to be here, trying to be queer. You know.
Well, no, that's why I say Ellen, how are you doing, man?
You know, day off, chilling. What's up?
Absolutely. Oh, not so much. Roxy, how are you doing?
Fuck
No, I
you.
don't give a fuck. Yeah, I knew you were gonna talk shit, so I was gonna beat you to it. Guess what happened? I did beat your ass to it. What are you gonna do about that?
Go dick little.
Man,
Go
Alan hates
dick, little
women,
bitch.
and Nick's over here trying to beat women.
God, you
It's
better
shameful.
fucking hold her back. I'm gonna fucking I can't do nothing.
Bitch, no.
Handle your own battles, Doodle Diaz.
Oh, you're just fucking scared of her. Over here in YouTube, so many people in YouTube. God, guys, calm down over there. Someone's talking all that shit. Jesus, man. I think I'm probably not gonna be showing much YouTube today because literally nobody's in there. So it's like, hey, I'm not gonna put you guys in the spotlight. You don't deserve it, pieces of shit. Anyways, no, I'm just joking. Here's the thing though. We got lots of topics tonight. We're gonna try to get this shit kind of kind of gonna push it through. It sounds like I'm talking about shit, by the way. Like push it through. We're gonna get it going. We're gonna. I don't know. It's just fucking weird. But yeah, talking about. I don't know if you guys actually read the fucking description, but yeah, we got burrito burglars. We got fucking people spitting in each other's face and road rage, and then we got Mandalorian. Which, by the way, that Mandalorian episode is shit. Ganja, why are you not on that?
Mostly so I can keep watching the Baby Yoda memes without context.
But yeah, and by the way, I gotta fix something on the Facebook. So talk to the peoples really quick and just kind of explain how you've been and everything. I gotta do something because this
Babe,
shit fucking sucks.
You got a new tattoo. Tell the people.
It hurts.
How you like the new design and what is it?
Why do you still get tattoos?
The design is basically peonies, if you can Google that real quick, because I'm pretty sure not so many people are super fond of flowers. So it's basically peonies, and it's done in like a stippling art, which is basically like line work and dot work. And there's a big crow skull, and there's like leaves and shit around it.
It's extra spooky.
I just want to say, by the way,
It's extra spooky.
does anyone else hear panties? She's like, pennies.
You always, I swear to God, you always hear this fucking bullshit.
I'm sorry, but like another thing too, like we're in the after hours, and you were talking about panning shot, or was it Alan? It was either you or Alan.
No, it was
Alan.
Alan. Alan's always talking about panty shots in films.
But like, you guys say stuff too fast, especially you, Rox. You be saying things way too quickly. I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
You're just jealous because I speak 2 languages, ho.
What was that, Alan?
I think the common denominator here is you, because you keep hearing whatever you want to hear.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the one thing that those 2 issues have in common is the fact that my ears are fucked and I'm hearing these incorrectly.
And then divide that by Ganji, you get bad hearing.
Old man Diaz.
No, I'm not
Oh,
old, man.
fuck Doodoo Diaz!
The other day we were talking shit. We get in the call and just kind of shoot the shit all night, and fucking Rox called me like a 30-year-old, and it was like the worst insult ever, and it's fucking not even debatable. I can't even like say no, I'm not. You know, it's just like you shouldn't use your age against people. By the way,
It's not an insult.
It's an insult.
All I said was you're 30. You know better.
But yeah, are you trying to make me feel special? No, you're not. You're trying to make me. You're trying to offend me. What the
No,
fuck you
I
doing?
said
see
you
right
should
through
know
your
better.
shit.
I said
right
you
through
should
your
know
shit.
better.
Well, I don't.
I'm not typing. If I was typing, you'd hear this.
I know.
You don't like
Yeah,
acrylics.
the sounds of those acrylics.
Well, they are terrible. Look over here. By the way, Jet's saying she caught my ass. God, I'm gonna get everyone's gender all fucked up today. Emil saying we want Jet. Yeah, Jet. Why aren't you talking? Where the fuck are you? Exactly.
No, you gotta introduce her, man. You gotta do it properly. Don't be a hoe.
She was talking first. She was over here.
No,
like, oh,
no.
Diaz is wrong. Everyone fucking.
You
talks shit to
introduced
Nick Diaz.
everyone here. Be fair.
Okay, people, welcome. It's Jet Jackson.
I don't even want it anymore because you introduced everyone else and I was here the entire time and you didn't say nothing.
You're mean to me. You're a very, very mean.
Now
to me.
you cannot say that you don't do that because I brought that up before. Like, yeah, you usually skip over introducing me, and you said no, I introduce you all the time. You got caught, bitch.
Oh my god. Hey, fuck you, Dark Pepper Can.
Ah, what
Oh,
you get?
You
That's
shut
my
up
mind
over there.
powers.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You
Yeah,
should know
it
better.
basically was. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Anyways, but yeah, Jet. Okay, yes, welcome. Hi, I'm introducing you. There we go. We can move past that now. Stop making me the fucking villain. God damn it. And then fucking, well, I don't know what Ramel is saying. Bilingual bitch. Oh, bilingual bitch. Damn, I can't believe we called Roxy that. So you can actually go ahead and go off on him, Rox, whenever you can. That'd be cool. For us, though, we're going to go ahead and start talking about the topics and doing all that good stuff. But before we do, actually, before I forget for later on, Mr. Ganja Guru, is there anything going on currently right now for the Illuminati podcast, sir?
Well, we got a new episode recorded. It's just a minor episode. We just hung out, talked some bullshit, talked about taking people from Earth out to space to explore the wider galaxy in their own personal spaceship. And if you are willing to hop on a spaceship and never come back to Earth, but you get your own spaceship, you can travel all the galaxies and possibly colonize the planet, make sure to go vote in the poll that's been coming up on the Metropolis Network.
You know, in situations like that, because it sounds like a good idea. I know Stephen Hawking talked about that too.
Thank
the only way
you.
we can survive is we got to go to fucking, we got to colonize space, which is, you know, smart. Stephen Hawking knows his
You
shit.
could colonize space.
All right, I got a question for everyone here then. All right, let's say you get your own personal spaceship, but you're being told you can't come back to Earth. Would you still do it?
How much stuff am I allowed to bring with me?
You bring your friends, family, everyone, lovers, dogs, pets, everybody. But
Can I bring?
can't come back
Can
to
I
Earth.
bring a whole bunch of video games? Well, video games even work back like out there. Can I? shut off
Everything
my
you
shit?
want, you can bring. Just can't come back to Earth.
I think there's gonna be a new version of electricity back over there. Like I feel like they're gonna find some kind of way to kind of equate what we got going on over here.
Well, I mean, the billionaires are already ruining this planet, so I'll leave.
Well, that's the biggest thing. Like you're talking about, like, oh man, would you choose to come back? Who the fuck's gonna choose back when we got stories like the one we're talking about right here? Or fuck, I actually showed the Google Docs. My bad. But no, fucking apparently, this Florida dude, and this is something I wanted to bring up on Wednesday. So this is a little old, guys. Sorry about that. But at the same time, it's like no matter what, foolishness is never gonna stop being fucking new to me. But apparently, this Florida man, which is the beginning of every fucking stupid story that we talk about on the show.
I can't wait till I can join the halls of the Florida man.
He fucking allegedly spit food into a woman's mouth during road rage. Now, the biggest thing about this that was confusing me, because, like, yeah, okay, you know, he spit food in mouth, ha, big fucking thing, right? My whole thing is, like, I can't help, like, I know he's crazy, but, like, I can't help but say, hey, I don't give a shit about the victim, because who just gets in road rage and then just sits there while this dude walks to her fucking car and spits food into her mouth? Into her mouth. Like, she must have been in the middle of talking shit or something.
No, she was about to apologize.
Bullshit.
That's what she said, apparently. I was about to apologize. And that's when he said he spit in her mouth the food that he's chewing. Man, I don't know about y'all, but that's killer dude territory right there.
It is.
Not a bad shot.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, we're saying Alan?
Not a bad shot.
Yeah. I'm looking over here, too. Like, his face just looks... He looks proud of this shit. He's just like, yeah, I spit in her fucking mouth.
Every Florida man is powered by their proudness of their shittiness. Remember that.
Yeah, probably.
How the fuck is your aim that good to where, like, what the fuck was he eating? Was he eating something like liquidy and, like, basically spit it out?
He was eating like a burger and shit with different, like, condiments and shit.
Like, how,
That
like,
wouldn't have mattered.
how long was her mouth open to where just, like, he got that perfect aim to just, oh, there you go. I'm gonna feed you too. There you go.
Like a bird.
Yeah. Like, and that's the biggest... He's
Just-
like a bird. It's gonna spit in your fucking mouth.
Just feed him like a little baby Penelope.
No, man, like, for me, because, like, for me, I would never do this to somebody unless, like, they really did, like, they would have to spit in my mouth first before, which, by the way, if I spit in their mouth, I'd spit in mine. Now we're just kind of, like, making out. It's kind of gross. But I do want to bring up the fact that's, like, I would never do something like this, so not to blame the victim, but what do you think she did to piss him off? And what's something that somebody would have to do to you for you to spit in their fucking mouth?
I don't know, man. Me spitting is like the final act before a fight, so I would never do that shit.
Yeah. I feel like someone would have had to, like, fuck my girlfriend or something. Like, it would have to be, like, something really, like
Like,
slap my
spit
mom or
in
something.
someone's mouth. That is some fuck you territory.
That is some hatred. You can't do that without, like, caring a lot about just, like, someone else's fucking discomfort. You know what I mean? Like, you want them to think about that shit.
I will say, I had a dream that I basically, I spit on somebody. So I think Dream Me and actually Awake Me are two different fucking people. Because I did not hesitate to fucking spit.
Fucking
Like,
just pop the loogie on them like pumpkin from
and
Flavor
reason to.
Flav.
And the thing is, I didn't even spit on the person that was basically talking shit. I spit on someone else to basically make that person get angry to come at me. Because basically I had a dream where someone was trying to, like, start some shit in, like, a pool or something like that, and my ass can't swim. So just like, I'm gonna need to get this bitch out of the pool.
Yeah.
And it was just the whole thing about, like, something happening with a kid or whatever. I wouldn't do this in my waking life, but I ended up spitting on the kid, so that bitch would basically get out of the pool and try to fight me.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Like, I can't imagine any of us doing that except for one particular person in here. Rox, you tend to road
What?
rage like a motherfucker when you're on the phone with
No,
us.
I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
As a
Lie.
friend, I need to be honest with you. You do. You get fucking mad. Like, you'd be like, bitch,
How?
motherfucker!
How?
You just, like, scream like a Slipknot song. It's fucking crazy.
No, I don't.
Okay, but let me ask you this then. If someone... In order for you to spit on somebody else, what would have to be done to you to get that out of you?
To spit on somebody?
Yeah, like someone what would somebody have to do to really get you that fucking mad?
Spit on me? Because spitting's not like the first thing I go to. I throw hands first. Like,
Yeah.
out of all things to think about to, like, gross somebody out. I mean, yeah, I get it, but it's not really that effective. Unless you, like, hock a loogie into it and make it gross and sticky and it lasts longer. But
Ooh.
spitting's not my first thing.
He's actually liking this. It's fucking gross. Here's the thing, though. Like, for me, like, yeah, I mean, you had to, like, slap my fucking mom or do something crazy like that. And Alan, how about you, man? What would somebody have to do to get you to want to spin their face?
Nothing. I'd sooner shoot a person than do that.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Like, I know that sounds, like, kind of crazy, but at the same time, like, yeah, I would imagine just hurting somebody would be better than being that fucking gross. Because you gotta get that close to him, too. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm not missing.
I know, and another thing too, like the fact that he actually was able to do it like right in the person's mouth. I'm like, you know, I'm not even gonna say it's good aim. I'm just gonna say like, dude, I can't fucking believe you did this shit. But yeah, man, it's crazy that this is happening, and it's Florida, so it's like, okay, of course that
Is it really that crazy since it's Florida?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Lately, we've talked about lots of stuff that's happening in my neck of the woods, fucking good old Arizona, and I'm telling you, dude. Like, and by the way, I do read a lot from Fox News. So hey, sorry that pisses anybody off. And most of the stuff you're gonna see is actually from there. This one's actually from Gossip. I'm gonna assume it's Black Gossip. Am I right for that?
Well, I think you are.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, what other fucking word are you gonna use? I don't know. But
I get all my news from BET.
yeah. I mean, honestly, most of the fucking news is probably entertaining from BET, so that's cool. But here's the thing, though, about this. So we've talked about lots of Arizona people fucking up, and I think it's usually, like, if it's in the summer, I understand because people are just going crazy. There's homeless people just fucking almost dying. I totally get it. But here, I just do not know what the fuck's going on. With this story right here, man in Arizona charged with robbery for a burrito heist. And I'm like, as I'm reading this, because it's a 29-year-old homeless man by the name of Timothy Bell, so I'm like, okay, maybe he's a white dude. Timothy's kind of usually a white name. But he took his Mexican food by force at 8:40 p.m. at night. I'm fucking up a lot. Jesus Christ, I didn't get some fucking sleep. Maybe I need a burrito. But this dude did this at night, so it's not like he's starving, he's in the heat, he's like, oh fuck, or he's like super cold, whatever. Like, it's at night, you know, it's time to chill. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't understand why someone would even steal a fucking burrito. But yeah, dude, I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Like, have you ever read people like stealing
I've
food?
heard of people getting arrested for stealing food, but that's like a good amount. This man got stole for a single burrito that's below $10. So it is amazing that anyone even cares much for that amount to arrest this dude, because that's not even close to a real larceny case.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, I've heard people stealing from a grocery store. You know, I mean, like, food from there. But, like, you're not going to get away with, like, stealing someone's, like, fresh-ass burrito. Like, it just doesn't really make sense to me. Unless, like, you're trying to buy it, you just run out the store with it or something. But, yeah, I'm just glad this guy is Timothy, by the way, too. Because I was like, dude, it would suck ass if it was a Mexican stealing this. Like, there's just so many fucking jokes that lend us up to the burrito burglar. So...
Burrito burglar.
But, yeah, man, I mean... Just something I want to bring up. Rox, what do you think about it? And I'm not asking you just because the burrito aspect of this. I'm not fucking with you. Usually I do. What was that, Rox?
No, you're always fucking with me, Diaz. See, even Penelope agrees. She's going, what, bitch? No, I mean, he's homeless. You said he was homeless, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's understandable. I'd still, like, think about it. If you were homeless and you just saw some food just laying right there, like, you wouldn't take it. Like, you wouldn't even think about, like, hey, I probably got a couple minutes till this guy gets back. I'm gonna take your shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It makes me think, like, I hear so many stories about people stealing food, whatever, not necessarily burritos. But it's just kind of like, is it that easy? Like, I mean, the guy's homeless. He doesn't have nowhere to go. He has no vehicle. So it's like, okay, like, he's going to get caught. I mean, how fucking far away or how fast can you run away from the fucking police, right? But if it's that easy where even a homeless man's like, you know what, I'll risk it all. It's like, maybe I should fucking start looking into stealing people's foods. Like, goddamn.
Honestly, man, especially if it's a little convenience store place, those places throw out their sandwiches towards the end of the night anyways. So it was honestly like, it's a bullshit case because like he could have gone dumpster diving a little bit earlier and would have still got his sandwich on.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, that's going on. There's even another story too about fucking some dude got trapped in the chimney in Arizona. Apparently, his house was locked, so I mean, he's not just doing this for fucking fun. But apparently,
What kind of Santa Claus cosplaying bullshit's going on in Arizona right now?
fucking 17-year-old.
They don't have snow, so they have to pretend somehow.
Yeah, no shit.
We ain't got snow, but we'll get stuck in the chimney like a motherfucker.
We did it for the fucking Christmas spirit. But no, man, like, yeah, trapped in the fucking chimney after trying to get into a locked house. Like, dude, why didn't you just break a window? Or like, isn't there ways to like, you know, like fuck with the frame of the window, whatever, to kind of squeeze in? Like, how do you even get on top of the fucking house to get in the chimney?
All right, so you want to hear some ratchet shit?
What's up?
Okay, so the main reason a lot of people go through the chimney is, one, not a lot of motherfuckers fit through a chimney, and two, not a lot of companies go out their way to really secure the chimney with like sensors and shit like that. So where if you can get caught like breaking into a window or a door or something like that because of the way different like security systems work, you can possibly sneak through a chimney still if they don't bother to put sensors on there. And I think that's what the dude was thinking. Like, yo, I'm gonna go through the chimney because one, I kind of lock the door as soon as I get in, and I don't get charged with breaking and entering. I just snuck in through a chimney. And there are some laws that still charge you that. It's weird. You know, talk to Ruthless, you want real shit, but it's going to cost you. But I just think, honestly, it was just a way for him to get in the house without causing the most noise and most neighbors causing the scene. Mm-hmm. But boy, did it backfire in the causing the scene part.
I mean, I'm actually surprised that there's even, like, this story doesn't actually say that there's like many fucking chimneys in Arizona, but I'm just like, chimney, guys stuck in chimney during Christmas in Arizona. It's just those things don't really go together.
Also, why would you have a chimney in Arizona?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Like, you are a rich fuck if you think you're gonna get a fucking chimney for maybe 4 nights a year in Arizona, so you can have the authentic Christmas experience. Yeah, I just glad the guy didn't just like get cooked halfway through the, because that's happening. Like, people get stuck in the chimney and shit for like Christmas stuff, and the family relatives not knowing, they just cook their asses like a turkey.
Yeah, I don't know. If we're in like Allen, you're in one of the coldest places like within all of us. Except, Chicago. I forget about Illinois being fucking cold. Sorry.
Yo, Alan straight told me a story when he wanted Santa to come by his house. He unlocked the sliding glass door because they didn't have a chimney.
Oh shit!
No, once again, Ganja doesn't know how to tell a story properly. That's not what happened. What happened was we actually don't have a lot of chimneys in Canada, depending on which part of the city you're in. If it gets heavy snowfall, that actually just fucks up the entire thing and can cause flooding. So most houses, unless they're in suburb areas, don't actually have chimneys. But I don't know what's happening in Arizona that people are fucking robbing burritos and stinking at chimneys. Maybe you should ask yourself that question.
No shit. Because I was going to ask you too about like, do you hear about people fucking, like any like stories in the news over chimneys? Like people fucking up with like, I don't know, like I guess that was the case. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
No, most people can't fit the chimneys anyway. So unless you're on drugs, you really don't try that shit.
He's not wrong. Every story I've heard about it, someone sneaking a chimney, it's always some drug addict.
And 17-year-old is like the prime, like, I new to drugs and I want to do some new shit.
You did it on a bet. You're 17. You're doing it on a bet.
Yeah, no shit.
He
right?
did it either as a bet or like Nick said, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get some drug money. Easiest way I know how. Fucking Grinch style.
Yeah. So I don't know, but that's it for as far as like crazy fucking news stories, and I'm done calling out my fucking state. But I've noticing more and more as we continue on with these topics and whatnot that Arizona is getting lots of crazy motherfuckers going on. And yeah,
I'm starting to notice that a lot of these states that are known for being really fucking crazy, they don't have snow. Y'all need snow to keep yourselves humble.
You're not wrong. It's just year-round good weather. It just gets. Especially down in Florida, that fucking swamp water gets to your head.
Well, the heat will fuck you up, though. Like, I think Arizona's summer will fuck people up and make them go crazy, but Florida, like, that fucking, that goddamn, like, moist, gross feeling, like, that drives people crazy. Like, I'm not really surprised after being in Miami. It's like, imagine being homeless over there, dude. I understand the eating at the
your
face
balls
shit.
just always sweaty.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Anyone who's in Florida, like, while watching this, whatever, yeah, sorry, but talking shit about your place. But it's just like, dude, like that weather's fucked, and it's because of the goddamn water, that beach. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's so beautiful." It's like, yeah, but what's doing the rest of you?
You got a vendetta against that beach. Stop fucking.
A little bit. I love it.
Stop fucking.
Stop fricking. Stop fracking.
Stop freaking.
Fuck yeah.
No, my God. But here's the thing, though. I was gonna say, Alan, Ganja.
Yes.
You brought this to my attention, and here's the thing. Before we get called out or some shit, I did read something that this is not true, but so many articles and whatnot, especially from the Hollywood Reporter, they're just opinions, and I don't even fucking listen to that shit anymore. But apparently, The Simpsons by Danny Elfman, I guess he kind of came out and said maybe there's a possibility within the next year that The Simpsons is gonna be gone, man.
I just like the idea of it, even if the article is completely incorrect. Just the thought of like it's gonna be ended soon is kind of one of those things that. I like that idea, one, because is it coming about because of the whole Disney buyout and they don't want to work with The Simpsons anymore because they recognize it as a dying product and much rather just end it off and just liquidate it and sell it off as, oh, look, do you remember these old episodes? Well, come watch them in their perfect condition now that we've figured out the way to stretch the screen out. And I think that's honestly what's going on is they're trying to further themselves away from the stigma of The Simpsons being old and not really being fresh anymore, so they can actually sell all the merchandise and all those stuff on a nostalgia basis. Because that's honestly the biggest market that Disney's hitting right now is nostalgia. If you look at all the products they're pushing,
yeah, man.
even the Aladdin movie is trying to make callbacks to the one that came out in the '90s.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for me too is like it's been so long with these seasons. How do you even like garner someone's attention like as these episodes end or as the season ends? Like you can't even tell. There's so many seasons you can't even tell when there's a finale anymore. I would imagine, you know what I mean? Because it's just like Simpsons. You just kind of accept that it's always going to be on. So I mean, even with Bob's Burgers currently, like they're so far into their seasons, I'm kind of like, oh, in season 10, 9. I mean, I lost count. You guys are just part of the fucking routine. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Danny Elfman, does he do anything else that's kind of like I mean, I feel like Simpsons is his like bread and butter. So like, what else does he do? That's kind of
It's mostly all Danny Elfman's. Most of his money comes now straight from like Johnny Depp and Tim Burton, because he started doing all the music for all his movies. But he will always be known as the guy that made the Simpsons theme because it's so iconic. So I kind of trust his opinion to a certain extent, but honestly, it's just opinions. Like, it's no set in stone until they come out and say, like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start making our own, like, start ending off the season with this so-and-so episode, and just start retiring the Simpsons.
Alan, do you feel like this announcement is going to put more stock into people trying to watch The Simpsons, like on Disney Plus or whatever, or not really?
That's always hard to say because it's not confirmed, because it's more of a rumor, just like you said. You are going to have people that'll probably look more into it or keep an eye on it for the next week and a half. But I don't think, like, Simpsons has been around for just as long as Disney has at this point, probably almost as long. I highly doubt they're going to get rid of it. They're just going to find a way to rebrand it.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, man. Hopefully that I just want the seasons to end. Like Simpsons could be something where you can just have a new show, like a spinoff, and have it just be Bart and what he's gonna go through as he gets older. We're still stuck on this same fucking family that hasn't changed in fucking 27 or 29 seasons. Like, dude, something needs to change. Roxy, I'm gonna ask you to end this off and everything. What are you feeling about this? Would you be upset that Simpsons was just gone like within a year? Because it does seem kind of sudden. You know what I mean?
I'm not really surprised by it. Like, deep down, I had a feeling it was always going to end, but fret not, because honestly, how many remakes are we doing these days? So it's probably going to come back like, hey, we got a new guy behind the wheel, or like a new art style, or a new musical bit, or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, it's the same thing you know and love, but different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know it's not going to be off the air like forever. It might be off for like a couple of years, while they kind of like sit back and enjoy everything that they've done throughout the past. I lost track of how many years they've been on TV.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's like over 25, I think now, babe.
So you could sit back and enjoy all that shit, and then give it a break for a while, and then maybe they'll be like, "Hey, we're coming back for one more season, or like an anniversary season, or something like that."
Yeah.
The one thing with the Simpsons is they've been around so long. I don't know how they'll end it, because they've had so many season finales where the kids grow up.
Yeah.
That I don't know what. I think Alan had an idea of like they should end it off with the original Christmas episode or some shit like that.
No, the movie.
The
Oh,
movie.
that would have been good.
Everyone's saying that for like 10 years to end at the movie, and that's the last time I watched The Simpsons.
No.
And
I
said
mean,
this-
like it should. Like you told me, I think before that you think it should end with them just doing the first Christmas episode over again.
Oh,
So it
something
seems
like
like it's recyclable. Like it's all a cycle.
The thing I always say is, I've been saying this on every podcast I've ever been a part of, everything needs to end. So The Simpsons need to end more than anything, because I watched it. The Simpsons is one of my favorite shows of all time, because there was a good 6-year period when I was a kid. I didn't have cable. We just couldn't afford it. So we had basic cable. The only things that we were able to get through like the freaking rabbit ears was Who Wants to Be a Billionaire and The Simpsons. So I watched those religiously because that was all I could watch. But that was 20 years ago. I'm like almost 30 now, almost as old as the show is, and it can't have the same appeal to me because Bart is still 10 years old. Like, I was 10 years old when Bart was 10 years old. Now I'm 30. I'm like, I need something else.
Yeah. One thing too is like, I know you say everything needs to end, but more so, I think everything needs a death too. I don't know why, but I really love deaths at the end of like finales or whatever.
You like murdering people, bro. Just
Wouldn't
calm
it be
down.
fucked up if Marge and Homer die to pass a trophy?
They've
on to
done that.
them? Wait, like them too? Like literally?
They
Yeah,
have future
they-
episodes all the time.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it.
No.
Yeah,
like-
Simpsons did it to themselves.
So, okay, because I thought you were saying like many shows do it, but you're saying Marge and Homer have died on The Simpsons.
They've been divorced in the future. They've gotten back together in the future. They've done pretty much anything they could do with that relationship anytime they touched on. Like, they've had 5 future episodes.
Okay, but that's annoying. So like, if they already done that, then it's like y'all just fucked up your cold goddamn like endgame there. Like, that's really stupid, honestly. But maybe you can do it again. I mean, there's so many seasons. No one's gonna really remember that except for right now. So never mind.
But the problem is they will remember it because someone's seen that one of the 5 episodes.
But like, there's been other situations too. Like, I'm trying to think of other shows. Fuck, man. Okay, F for Family. There's been times where like, and this show only has like 4 seasons, by the way. But like, they've retconned a couple things because you had to kind of accept, yeah, it's a cartoon, and these episodes are like, slice of life type things. So you can't fucking like, it can't be like perfectly. What do you call that? Like the continuity can't be perfect. It's a fucking cartoon. So with Simpsons, I mean, 25+ seasons, like, I can forgive a little continuity issues. Like, it's not a big deal. I mean, plus 2, Homer's falling from fucking helicopters and through church glass or whatever, and he hasn't died yet. Like, yeah, fuck continuity. But, yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I don't think it's going to happen, though, and even if that story is true and there was talk about it ending, I really do feel like that might be a marketing ploy. Be like, hey, guys, you better fucking enjoy it while it lasts. By the way, it's going to last forever, so, yeah, we'll see what happens. Aside from that, though, now it's time to get fucking nerdy with this shit, even though we're probably already there with the Simpsons talk. So do you remember about, I would say like 6 months ago, we were talking about this new video game console, and it wasn't the Stadia, it was the ATARI VCS, Mr. Ganjaguru?
I think I do recall.
Yep, I remember you were talking shit about it, and I would normally say, I remember Alan talking shit about it, but I talk a lot for Alan, and I'm wrong every fucking time. So, here's the thing, Alan, I'm going to ask you really quick before you even get into this topic. Do you remember yourself being pro or against the Atari
Against
VCS?
it.
Against it, okay. And
Yeah,
why is that?
because this was a situation in which this isn't the original Atari that released the Atari Jaguar and whatever the fuck, like 20 fucking years ago. This is a company that acquired the rights and just renamed themselves to Atari because whatever the fuck. And now essentially they're trying to release some sort of like Ouya type bullshit where they're like, hey, we're going to make a quote unquote console. What it is, it's just a cheap PC. And we're going to get all the Atari games on there, which I dare y'all to name. Oh, I guess the show's over.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I dare y'all to name one fucking Atari game besides E.T., like that anyone fucking remembers. So it's like, who gives a shit what's loaded on there? But yeah, they're just trying to make essentially a cheap
Atari
PC.
porn games. Duh.
I don't think they were Atari porn games.
Yeah, there were.
Oh,
There
was a
were.
shit ton, yeah. Oh, yeah, fucking, what's his name? Conquer's Revenge? Or
No,
No.
Custer's Revenge.
Yep.
Custer's Revenge, there we go. Yeah, but no, I mean, well, to Alan's point, though, lots of these games that people probably remember from the Atari days, 'cause I'm not saying that there was anything that people don't remember, I won't go that far, but the things that people do remember, we already have them. We got Pac-Man World Championships, which is way better than what the shit we got on fucking Atari. We got goddamn, I mean, look at Space Invaders and all these games that have been so, like, just shoved down every fucking third party's throat. Like, we know this shit. So, I mean, what can they bring that's going to be like, ooh, I better get an Atari because of this game? It's like, yeah, they don't got shit. And one thing that Alan brought up, too, is the fact that this is a cheap computer to an extent. I mean, that's what they're trying to go for, a cheap gaming PC. Not that cheap. This fucking thing costs, like, I think around $250, or no, $450 or something like that.
Yeah,
I know the
$250 you get 4 gigs of RAM and 4K HDR support, which I don't know exactly what that means.
Yeah.
There's a more expensive 8 gig RAM model, but that I'd have to see what the actual rest of the makes are because 250, 4 gigs of RAM, that's about $50 right then and there just for that much RAM. I'd have to see the rest of the specs and see what this can actually run because 250 is basically the price of the Switch.
Yeah.
Switch Lite, so it's like it had to basically run as good as a Switch to be basically worth your money.
And the fact they're talking about Maze Craze and Warlords, like, dude, these games are not
Who?
talked about. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? You're gonna say, who gives a fuck?
Who? Like, who even knows what the fuck that is? Like, Ruthless saying this for grandkids. I think this might be like before Ruthless this time.
Yeah, no, this is some old shit. And the thing is, like, I'm not saying old shit's bad, but it's like, this is old shit that no one even played back then. Like, no one gives a fuck about Warlords and Maze Craze. At least put Mappy on the fucking thing. Like, I don't even know. Even the Smurfs games, but I think that was on ColecoVision, so I might be wrong about that. But
Speak for yourselves. Maybe I want to play these.
really, name one Atari game that you would like to go back to back in the day.
I literally just said the Atari porn games. Check
Name
and make.
Those
Start
are
again.
Terrible games. Terrible fucking games. Which, by the way, why couldn't they make those good back in the day? That would have been cool. I will say I'll give him this.
Because there's no quality control for video games at the time.
But on the quality control thing, I do enjoy that they were able to put in shit like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, all those horror games too. Because
Also, Pong, by the way.
Pong was
Pong was
probably
before
one
the
of best
Atari.
games.
But it was popular on the Atari, though.
Yeah.
It was, but the issue with the Atari at that time and why ET killed it is because there was zero quality control for video games. Anybody could release a video game for any console at any point, and nobody had to bother testing it because you can make it so quickly, and only people that really knew what they were doing could make them. So video games were coming out the wazoo. That was actually one of the things Nintendo instituted is we're only letting they limited it to like a developer could only make one game a year for the system. They can't release like 6 games a year on their console because they're trying to stem the flow of video games to make sure people don't crash the market again.
I'm just saying I want to play Space Invaders.
Yeah, you can. You can play it with all the cool. You can play it.
I want to play it on an Atari, though.
No, bad, bad. They are so lost in their fucking own love for that nostalgia, whatever the fuck, of the branding of the Atari, that their goddamn console is wooden. Like, why would you still stick to a style that's still like back then?
Hey man, I like my consoles to have to fear termites. Okay.
Yeah, no shit.
Is it real wood? Because that does not seem like that's a good way to melt your internal compartments.
Well, it's not real wood, but I mean, I will say that it's just weird. Like even like they have the joystick there, and I'm like, okay, cool with the joystick when you play old school games like fucking Dig Dug and shit. But at the same time, we don't live in that era anymore. Like, why the fuck would you even create that? That's a waste of a SKU. To spend that money there. Like, it costs money to make these things, to even put them available to buy. Why the fuck is like these guys just do not? They have a very old school way of branding and have a very, very old school way of manufacturing, and it's fucking stupid. Nintendo's doing it smart. They made these Nintendo controllers that go on the side like the joysticks. Fucking genius. You get to get your classic shit going on, but also they're wireless, and also they go to the fucking to the Switch. Like, you can modernize old school shit and still make it nostalgia based, so people still get their fucking hard-ons. So yeah, that just gets to my fucking nerves. Roxy, I'm gonna ask you really quick too. Have you ever played? I mean, you said you're a retro gamer. I remember you still have a Super Nintendo, which drove me fucking like I was confused as shit as to why you have one. But what do you feel about this?
Because it was my brother's. You fucking dick. Can I just play a game that I like just for the sake of just playing it?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, you can get these games like on the Super Nintendo for like with a subscription base for like $5, and you play them all. You can fucking have save slates.
No.
I'm just saying. Well, I mean,
I'd rather spend that money on Starbucks, honestly.
How much money do you spend on Starbucks in a month?
In a month, I go like anywhere from like 1 to 4 times.
Look, my girl rather spend her money on pink drinks and looking like a bad bitch. Okay.
Oh my god! Well, you just called
No,
her a bitch.
honestly, like bad bitch. There's a difference. But I have like I don't know. I told you this before. Like I have the Commodore 64 up in the attic. I got the Atari Jaguar. I got the old Atari. I think we got a Pong somewhere up there if it still works. I don't know. But I'm not interested in this. I don't give a shit, honestly, because why would I want to pay like what was the price? $250?
$250 fucking dollars.
No, it's not worth it.
And to play modernized versions of old school games that no one gives a fuck about, it's like, okay.
Hey, Jet gives a fuck about it. So this is for Jet. Jet wants it. Let her have it. For me, I don't want it.
Jet.
I'm gonna rub the woodness all over my body.
Okay, be careful what you say, because like, I'm gonna rub the wood. Like what?
I said what the fuck I said.
Stop
No,
being
you
nasty.
stopped. You stopped for a second there. I know what you were trying to say, okay? And yeah, it's recorded. You're a pervert. But
Literally, everyone in this call's a pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Tay's like, what the
Liar.
fuck? Yeah, Tay's like, what the fuck is that price? Here's the thing though. I'm gonna get something to get Alan excited because I'm pretty sure he likes when certain games fail a little bit. And a few people in the chat, in the YouTube chat, I'm not gonna name them, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty fucking excited about this too. Battleborn is apparently shutting down because the game is removed from digital stores, and I guess the reason why is because Overwatch done whooped that fucking ass. Alan, what do you think, man?
Man, all 12 people that were still playing the game a week ago are gonna be really sad.
Yeah, I feel there's.
That's not a joke, by the way. That was like a current Steam user, like for the amount of people playing Battleborn like a couple months ago.
Are you
so yeah, there was like 12 people on it. That game should have been dead a long time ago. I'm surprised it survived as long as it did.
They still sell physical copies of these for like $20, $30 still. It's like,
why?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well, because they got to get them out of the stores because everyone thought it was going to be the big fucking thing. Because every time a fucking trend comes out, everyone thinks the next thing is going to be just as big of a trend. So they bought as many copies as they fucking could. The problem is it fucking fell through because the game was trash.
In 2K, by the way, it's like, dude, you guys got all the money in the world. You're doing really good, and you make fucking mistakes like this. Because, by the way, too, now I won't talk too much shit about this, but, like, people were also upset about the NBA 2K game that came out, like, 2 years ago and the one from last year, if I remember correctly. And it's like, you guys have tons of resources to keep yourselves from being, like, a failure to somebody who's kind of similar to you. And, by the way, why are you trying to rip off Overwatch in the first place? It's fucking Blizzard. Like, they have a whole... Battle.net, like...
Money.
Yeah, but like,
let's not pretend this isn't always what it's always been about. Money. I hate Gearbox. I hope they fail. Borderlands is a success despite the fact that I think the company's a piece of goddamn shit. I just hope that the fucking guys who specifically make Borderlands can just go away, make their own fucking shit, and Gearbox dies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want Gearbox to die. I love me some fucking Borderlands.
Fuck them.
But I'm looking at this though. yeah, Ganja. I mean, was there ever any point for you that you felt like Battleborn was like, okay, it wasn't something you liked, but you know, people actually dig it, like.
I got why people enjoyed it because every game has a niche fan base. Hell, there's some games even from the 90s that you and me, Alan, Rox, Jet, never played of, never heard of. There is someone making fan art for that game right now in their basement. But it just never intrigued me. I'm kind of got over a lot of these multiplayer games because, one, if I want to play multiplayer, I'll play RTSs because they feel more in depth with their multiplayer session than just running and gunning somebody down. The closest I got to like a real in depth multiplayer is maybe the Battlefront series, especially with the World War one that came out, and then of course with Star Wars version. But besides that, they've always been just modern warfare copies.
Yeah, pretty much. And Ross, I'm gonna ask you too, really quick. Never got your opinion on the whole like craze for like games like Fortnite and Overwatch, etc. I'm pretty sure people in your family might play it. What is your experience so far, just on the outskirts of this, hearing about Overwatch, Battleborn, etc.?
When it comes to all them, Overwatch, basically a lot of my friends played it. I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't play with them. So sometimes I'd go over, we'd order pizza, and I'd play with them. But I kind of sucked. Like, I sucked a lot.
Yeah.
Like a backdoor hoe. But, but when it comes to, like, Fortnite and shit like that, every single niece and nephew and younger cousin that I have, they're all playing it. I saw Ganja's little brother playing it. I tried to do the dance, and I threw out my hip. I'm just done. I'm done with all that. And besides, shooters like that, even though there's more to it than just, like, shooting, like, there's characters and skins and shit. Yeah. I like looking at the artwork, I'll give it that. I like seeing how creative they get with, like, all the colors and, like, hey, my arm does this, and, like, my other arm shoots dildos or some shit. I think that's interesting. But for me to play it, I'm not that good at those. So I usually, like, tend to stay away. Yeah. I like more of, like, the story-driven games.
Is it bad that sometimes, too, when I look at this, like, if you guys can see this guy on the side, I'm like, I kind of base sometimes, like, if I think a game's succeeding or not, if I see lots of streamers playing it, and, like, no one was playing Battleborn. It's like, you would think that there'd be some counterculture there where someone's trying to play it just to kind of say, hey, no one else is, so I'll be the only one out there playing this game. But literally, like, dude, it's not worth the views, it's not worth the people, the followers. Fuck Battleborn, I'm not streaming that. It's like, I mean, it's not talked about anywhere. So... yeah, I don't know, man. Battleborn's pretty much gonna be dead, so it is what it is. I was really upset about fucking Resistance 2. Their cooperative mode was shut down within like 2 years, and I felt the game was fucking great. Hopefully people here. Oh, you didn't like Resistance? Oh yeah, you don't.
Resistance 2 is a piece of shit. It suffered from when Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out, and everyone wanted to be like that. So when Resistance 2 comes out and just basically is Modern Warfare light, it pissed me the fuck off because that game is garbage.
I mean, okay. So you're talking about like this the campaign mode, or are you talking about just in general?
The whole fucking thing.
Wow. Okay. Well, fuck.
Did you play the first one? Nothing good about it. One, right? Oh, I love the first one. The first one was one of my fucking favorite games for the PS3 because it did a lot of interesting stuff with the story. It did a lot of crazy stuff with the amount of weapons and the diversity of the enemies. The second one just became a boring shooter.
Yeah, I mean, because the biggest thing too is I love weapon wheels. By the way, like I fucking dug that Resistance: Fall of Man had this weapon wheel where basically. Yeah. You have like 8 weapons, I believe it was, at the same time.
Something like that, yeah.
Resistance 2, you go back to like just hit triangle. I'm like, oh my god, like that shit again, dude. At a time where Unreal Tournament 3's out and all these fucking amazing games are out. It was like 2008 to 2009, I believe this time was. Resistance 2, I do think campaign-wise really shit the fucking bed. Kind of like how Battleborn did. It's like, don't try to be like other people that are out there being successful because you're gonna fucking. No one's gonna play your shit. Everyone else has the money, man. They're already out. So, yeah, man, fucking sucks. I do wish though. I mean, I liked Resistance 2. Cooperative wise, campaign was trash. But yeah, I hope that this franchise comes back, and I honestly hope that Gearbox does something else that's kind of like maybe a Fortnite or an Overwatch or something too. Because I have issues with Overwatch. Like that new trailer to Overwatch 2 just looks like a fucking DLC event. And the first game, I'm sorry, it ain't all that. I know Julian's in the chat. Sorry, dude. Fucking ain't that good. I enjoy playing it sometimes, but that whole genre of games just needs to kind of fade away for a little bit, I think. But it is what it is. And everything kind of repeats itself, too. Right now, Modern Warfare is out. Everyone's playing that. So, hey, I'm probably just fucking wrong. Moving on from this, though. And this, we're not really going to talk about the topic too much, more so than just, this is a chance for me to just fucking nerd out about my shit. But Kojima has went on and said that apparently he wants to make the scariest horror game ever made. Now, wanting and doing is completely two different things, especially considering the fact that Death Stranding took forever to come out, and people are like, yeah, I enjoy watching the fucking thing. It's not really a game to play. But I think that's a hard thing to do, to be scared of a game and then also be fun to play. So I was gonna go around and ask you guys, like, what has been some of the scariest experiences you've ever had with a video game? Who wants to go first?
With me, hands down, it's gonna be Resident Evil 2 with the dogs.
With the dogs?
Not Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1 with the dog scene. When you first either open the mansion door and they surprise you and you don't realize they attack you, that's what the remake. Or it's the first version that comes out for the PlayStation 1, where you turn the corner, you're walking through this random hallway and it's just this calm, like serenade music almost. And out of nowhere, it just turns the volume up to 10 with the scary music and they just jump right through the fucking glass. As a 5-year-old, that scared the shit out of me.
And the biggest thing, yeah, there it is right there. And then it happens again. Yeah, these fucking things are really cool. I love the old Resident Evil games, but I will say, like, that camera also makes you scared too, because they're doing, oh no, fuck you, watch. But I think that the game, the camera angles really kind of make you get scared a lot more. Like, Dino Crisis used that to its abilities to a lot. Like, I remember Dino Crisis will literally make sure that you can't see why the glass is breaking, where it's coming from, and then Velociraptor just jumps into frame, and then the game freezes to show you a different angle. It's like, what the fuck? So Dino Crisis for me was really, really scary. But Roxy, how about you? Have you played many horror games, and have they been effective on you?
Honestly, there's like a video game cafe / hangout spot here in town that I usually go to, like, whenever I have a chance to actually make my way downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played a couple of different games on a bunch of different systems. But for real, if you want me to be plain and simple honest, the biggest thing that ever scared me was Yoshi's Island donut lift level. Because the screen just keeps moving, and you got to make sure that you don't fall, because any little movement that you do, you just slip and you're done.
What the fuck?
And I'm just like, ah! Like, if you sit there and watch me play Yoshi's Island and I get to that one level, I scream, I get tense, my hands get sweaty, like,
that does.
I get really sucked into it, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, by the way, I was getting nervous right now because I thought he wasn't able to jump through those, like, logs of shit right there. But yeah, I mean, Yoshi's Island, I was not really expecting that at all. But I guess it's called donut lifts. What's up with Mario Brothers and fucking donuts and, like, weird, like, planes of dirt sand? Like, I don't know, it's fucking weird.
That's Americana, you know. They take those little aspects of it.
Yeah, but how about you, Alan? Like, what's one scariest aspects for you, or scariest video game you ever played?
Super Mario 64 has the carnival level, in which playing carnival music at the same tone throughout the entire fucking level. And in this level, there's a giant boo ghost that follows you through walls, so you're never safe. There's a piano that tries to eat you in, like, several different rooms. And I never beat the game after that. I couldn't play it anymore. And I'm not traumatized by I'm not traumatized by that kind of music. Like, and it just freaks me the fuck out. Like, pianos and everything. It was fucking awful.
Because that sounds creepy, but for some reason it's not really showing it, which I don't know.
Yeah, I remember it specifically. It's inside, but it's like playing carnival music the whole time. Giant boo ghost. I'm like 10 years old playing this, freaking out.
No, this is actually I remember some music, like I remember Super Mario World, the ghost levels scare me because they look at you when you're not looking, then they chase you and they gradually get faster, and that shit was fucking, like, that was intense for a kid.
That was not necessarily the issue, because since it was 8-bit and they were in a specific, like, you can see them and you can see the whole level. The problem with Super Mario 64 is you can walk into doors and stuff, so you don't expect ghosts to follow you, but then the ghosts could walk through walls. And this is before I decided I'm going to fight all ghosts, because if they can walk through walls, they can't hurt me. This is like, I don't understand how ghosts work.
Yeah, man. Another game for me, actually, I'm going to wait for that, because, Jed, I don't know if you're there. I know you're muted, but are you there?
Yeah.
Yes. What is one of the scariest games you've ever played?
Honestly, I don't really get scared of video games like that.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to try to be a badass with this.
I'm not. I just don't play scary video games. If anything, I watch other people play them, and I'm just like, I think the annoyance of basically people just faking like they're scared just makes me just angry rather than scared.
Yeah, man, that Five Nights at Freddy's fucking era was
so scared. Subscribe to me.
Oh my god!
subscribe.
Whoa!
I think I remember my brother playing a certain game though. It was a long ass time ago. It had something to do with the clock tower and shit.
Oh, that's actually legit scary.
Yes.
Like that was actually pretty goddamn creepy.
I'm trying to see. Is it just called
I
Clock Tower?
forgot the name of it though, but it
Look
had
up Clock
something
Tower, Shutter or something.
No, I believe this is it, right? Is this it, Jet? I mean,
Was
they're on
Clock
the
Tower the one with the lady with the scissors?
Yeah, it was
Does she switch to a camera? Because it's the one that's does it first person jet and you take pictures of the ghost?
Oh, no, that's
all I
Fatal Frame.
remember is like there's a scene with fucking scissors.
Yeah.
It was that's the name of the game, Clock Tower, and has a lady with scissors or like a man with scissors that tries to kill you.
Yeah, this is definitely
Yep.
it. Yep.
Yep.
That was pretty scary. The thing is though, it took forever for the clock tower lady, the scissor lady to get to somebody. Like you can hide in the locker shit too. She just comes out and she's slow as fuck, and then like it still hits you. And it's like, dude, I was hiding. Like what the fuck? How did you get me? This is bullshit. But God, the music scared the fuck out of me, or even like the lack thereof. Like that was really creepy. In any kind of like point and click game, if it's dark like how this is, it's effective, man. Like I love shit like this. But fuck, I didn't think you were gonna say Clock Tower. In the chat though, they're saying Fatal Frame, the one where you take pictures of shit and like the ghosts like keep fucking chasing you. The only way you can like stop them or to get points, or whatever, is to take the picture when they're at their closest to you. Like the most
That one's actually kind of creepy. I wouldn't say like it's scary, but it is creepy.
Yeah, it's really unnerving to be chilling at the house by yourself playing this shit. Now I'm gonna name 2 more really quick, and then I'll get the fuck off of this because now you're like, all right, goddamn it, fucking talking about horror shit just because you want to. Not necessarily the game, and the game had scary moments, but this intro, man, fucking Silent Hill 4. This intro is some of the scariest shit. I swear to God, I could not sleep. This character is stuck inside of his house. He doesn't know he woke up and his fucking door is just chained and he can't get out. And then he goes into his bathroom and there's a hole in the wall, which basically leads to hell. So
Put your penis through it.
but this dude doesn't go in there, so he's like in his living room, and his house gradually, as the game continues, the house gets more and more possessed. So you'll just be looking at the wall, and then all of a sudden, just a face like just slowly starts kind of like morphing outside of the wall. You got rain-looking bitches that look like they're from fucking Grudge. You got dogs with their tongues hanging out of their fucking mouth chasing you. You got this weird trio of babies head thing chasing you. It was fucking scary. This game is amazingly scary. The only problem is that Silent Hill, and I'm sorry, but like gameplay on Silent Hill games are kind of trash. So I apologize. But have you guys played any Silent Hill games in here?
I played 4, and that one sucked.
Okay, so I played the first one, second one, and the one you were just describing in the room. All right, Nick. All right, that game is scary, and it has a lot of like really good horror aesthetics. But bro, I was watching one of my older friends play. His name was Nolan. He was about like 10 years older than me and shit. Mm-hmm. I'm watching him play this shit. And I don't know what the fuck is going on in the story. That is the most convoluted story for a Silent Hill game I ever saw.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. I was like that shit.
Third one was The Room.
No, 4's the room. 4's the room.
No, 4's the one where you're playing as the soldier.
No, 4 is definitely The Room.
Isn't 4 the one that's more action? Like you get a lot more guns.
Yeah, because you get a combat system.
No, 3 you get more guns. I know for sure. I mean, like literally, I'll show you. Like it's literally The Room.
Okay.
That's Silent Hill.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Then no. Okay.
Because 3 you get
Silent Hill 4 is The Room, but then the Silent Hill Homecoming.
Yeah, and by the way, Korn did the song for that, which was great.
Yeah, that's a different game that we're confusing with the soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah. That soldier, and isn't he in prison or something? Or he there's this big scene where he goes through like a police station or something.
No, he goes to a police station, but he's not in prison.
Oh, okay, well shit. But yeah, no, that was cool. And I was like, yay, Korn's doing a song for him. Oh my god, my 2 favorite things. And then I watched it, I'm like, this game fucking sucks. The voice acting's terrible. And honestly, that song's not so great. So yeah, sorry. But Silent Hill 3 is the one that's very action-packed. I actually really love Silent Hill 3, but it gets so crazy that literally I think you get like a lightsaber at the end and you get to kill all the enemies with the Star Wars zoom. It's like, oh.
Yeah, especially if you can unlock like awesome mode, you can take it into the next game.
Yeah. Wait, next game? Like, we mean?
Yeah, you know how they do New Game Plus?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Which was kind of like, man, I miss the new Plus games back in the day because like they let you keep all the shit, whatever. They're kind of like fucking it up nowadays. Like, ugh. And I don't even know how God of War New Game Plus is, but hopefully they didn't shit on that. But yeah, man, that's scary shit. And then somebody said in there, thank you so much, Tay. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Nemesis is the scariest fucking game villain I've ever seen because he's just nonsense. He's like the Terminator. And I can't wait. Apparently, they announced that they're gonna be making that for next year or whatever. But yeah, man. The game looks like shit. I don't know, like, Ganja, can you ever go back and play some of this stuff, man? Like how pixelated it is and
Oh, I love going back and playing all these games, especially with emulators now that you get on your phone and shit like that. Like I've played Resident Evil and stuff on downtime between like flights when it's like we got like 2 hours because the flight got canceled, so I'm just waiting there for them to get there. So just boot up the emulator and play it quickly, and just shoot up some zombies. It's really fun and it's accessible. And honestly, the good thing about a lot of these classic games, why you should give them a chance, especially on emulators or any legal means, you can find a way to play them. Is one, they don't take too much battery life because they're old school games. Your phone is much more powerful than the PlayStation is now. Yeah. And two, they can kill time, and you can actually really get a good sense of like your love for retro gaming or a sense of nostalgia if you used to play these games as a kid. So I don't see why not you would just like download or play these games either through emulators or legal streaming memes.
Yeah, legal memes. Yeah, like I'm looking at Nemesis here, like how he kills Brad. You know what I mean? And like,
this is what you get for copyright infringement, ganja.
Get your emulators out here. No.
Can I plop one more in there?
Sure.
Go ahead. Hell yeah.
I just remembered. Do you remember PT?
PTSD? Yeah.
Yeah, PT.
No,
it was supposed to be the Silent Hill game.
Where the baby was in the sink, that creeped me out.
Dude, this game. So basically, this was originally supposed to be Death Stranding, right?
No, it wasn't. It was originally supposed to be Silent Hills.
Okay.
Because Kojima wanted to make a Silent Hill game with Norman Reedus, but I guess it feels like he did take some of the ideas to make Death Stranding. But this was basically, I think PT means playable teaser, and they just kind of released it. And you go through, and there's different endings, there's different pathways, there's different whatever the fucks. And then afterwards, when you walk out, it goes Silent Hill. So it's like, hey, you played a game, you're like, oh, this is kind of creepy, this is kind of weird, and then it essentially you played a trailer to a movie. The thing about this game is it inspired Resident Evil 7. Oh, so Resident Evil 7 takes this. You're in a house. It's hyper realistic visuals. You still have a decent-ish combat system, but it's survival horror, and yeah, that ended up being my favorite game of that year.
Oh, I'm like mad at the player because I'm like, dude, don't go fucking in there. Like I feel like one of those like.
Well, that's the thing is, it's like it's lit like a normal house, but it gets crazier depending on which doors you get in, and like not everyone sees the baby because you can have different endings.
Yeah, I'm like literally getting nervous as we're watching this. Like, this is fucking great, dude. I hit the wrong button there, but yeah, YouTube guys. So, yeah, it is what it is. I think that game was pretty creepy. I like watching, and you know, I know Jet was bringing it up earlier, like, oh, I hate when that era people like, whoa, dude, scary, whoa, subscribe. But this I do like watching people's responses to, like people freaking out. Because Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's not scary at all. Like, I mean, yeah, it's fucking loud and it pops up in your face, and that's what gets the reaction. But I don't know why there's 4 of those and everyone's freaking the fuck out. Fuck Five Nights at Freddy's. I hate that shit. But yeah. Anyways, here's the thing to people. Normally I'll be doing a review and everything right now, but I honestly just want to hang out with y'all, do the after hours, chill, hang the fuck out. So.
Oh, you miss them?
No, let's not say that. But anyways, people, we're going to be going into the Discord. You go to Discord, you type in the chat tag, you can find us. We'll actually put a link out there, put it on the Facebooks and all that good stuff. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. And one big announcement to do. Tomorrow, before the Sunday service, we will be on the Twitch account on Double Toasted. So if you want to find us doing our typical pre-show stuff, go to Double Toasted's Twitch. We will be doing that for probably about an hour. We'll see how it depends or whatever. And that'll be where you guys can find us from now on Double Toasted's Twitch from Sunday all the way to Wednesday. And then, you know, Wednesday we'll do our shit on here. But, yeah, definitely look for us to go do that. And with that said, Mr. Ganja Guru, why'd you tell him about the Illuminati podcast?
Well, the Illuminati podcast is, of course, on the Metropolis Collective. We got ARPG Gaming, VRC Rewind, there's a bunch of other folks on there, so go check that out. Illuminati podcast, we talk about politics, cultural stuff, bring up all kinds of cool shit like spaceship travel. And, of course, we also mess around with Birdman as well. So go check that out. It's on the Metropolis Collective on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. So, with that said, we're going to get the fuck out of here. And I'm going to count it down for you, Mr. Ganja Guru. On that 3.
On that 2.
You don't have 1. Attack the chat!
I'm pretty sure the people wanted more. They wanted more. You didn't give them enough.
I'm sorry, people.
Yo, legit, I just forgot to say something. Hold on.
What?
One of us is no longer all of us. There we go.
Oh, why you gotta do
Jesus.
that? You do that every single time. We'll see y'all in a minute.
Man, the people from One of Us are just gonna come and just jump in.
I don't think they're very capable of jumping anybody.
If any of them live in Florida, they're gonna see you.